Hi guys, it's nice to be back and thank you for all your well wishes. So on Tuesday we knew a storm was coming in, dug to the post office, and we actually had a branch hit our window shield and on the way home, and then we got home we got a tornado warning, and then the storm came through. So we weren't expecting the storm till Tuesday night, but it came in early. So I have just been plunged into the 1900s this week. We didn't have power and things, so that's why I haven't been uploading. But don't worry, we're fine. And to anyone else who's on the East Coast, I am sending you my well wishes. I know it's been a really rough week, and definitely thinking about you and hoping you're okay. So having sort of a little bit of background on where I've been this week, we were going to work on this art journal. I'm still really excited. I'm so glad so many of you are excited about it as well. So I'm showing you here that I'm just going to run through what we're going to do, and then hopefully if we can still we haven't had the internet or anything, so hopefully we can still get access to that, and then next week it'll all be back to schedule. So I'm just showing you here that we're going to use a book, and you want the book to the text block of the book to be separate from the actual cover, and then we're going to trim down, cut down the sides, and the text block will remain intact, so you can still put cardboard around that or create a different cover and read the book. But we're just going to use the cover to create an art journal. So I'm really glad that so many of you are excited about this as well. And so I wanted to just show you this so you can follow along. And this is one that I actually have. So I have a couple of, so this is sort of a different way that you can create the journal. So I'll probably put a playlist. I have a couple of different videos already on how to create these. So we're going to do something totally different that I haven't done before, but I'll put a playlist down below so that if you want to just kind of skim through those, you kind of have an idea of, if you've never done bookbinding before or anything, you have a little bit of an idea and a bit of an introduction on different ways, and that way you can customize the art journal to your needs when we create the book, or you can get a head start and create one straight away. So this one I used the Travels Notebook method, and I used eyelets and elastic. So that's not how we'll be doing this one, but that is an option. So if that's easier for you, it's actually quite a quick and simple way to make an art journal. So I think I'll actually be making one of those next, but I wanted to try something a bit different with this one, and I've got this embroidery floss. So I've got this mint green sparkle one from Michael's, and then I have this other one from a local embroidery shop. So it's a Threadworks overdyed, like a hand overdyed batch of embroidery floss. I really love embroidery floss and silk embroidery floss. So I'll be using some of these. It's mainly to create a decorative element of some sort of stitching on the cover, and then we will do like a false spine and put the book in. Anyway, I'll explain it all in the tutorial, but this book is a Macmillan Library edition. So I chose this one just because I could see from the photos that it had a very thick spine, so it's like a 2-inch spine, and it was on sale for $10. So I thought it was a good option. I've also never read it before, and I do like Charles Dickens, so I thought it would be a good option, and the cover's so pretty. So I will link this below if you're interested in getting something like this as well. And I think I'm just showing you here that the different ways you can do the eyelets. I know that sometimes, some of us have muscle cramps in our hands or something like that, so it's not always as easy just to sew everything. So I want to give you a few different options so you can still follow along and create something quickly and simply and really pretty and fun that you can work with. So like I said, it's been a really long, rough week. I actually thought I'd be further ahead in, this process and getting this book ready, but I think we'll be on track for next week. And I do have a couple of other videos. If I can get them voice-overed, we'll see how it goes. I might be able to get those up as well. But I think I'm just showing you here as well. The cover was really nice. It's like a painted cover. It's just a really nice, it kind of fits with the theme of the art journal. So I'll use the cover paper inside the journal as well. And I am trying to get a couple of other papers ready to go in the book. So if you want to take this time as well to prepare some other papers, you might have scrapbook papers or just any sort of loose papers that you've done art on that you want to continue to work on, and you can put in the book. So I'm just showing you those ones that I did a tutorial on the Heirloom Luxe channel of how to create them with watercolor, and they just look really aged and beautiful. So I'm going to create a few of those if I can to put in specifically for the art journal. And so I'm just showing you a few different ideas and examples there, and if you want to create any of those as well, you can just check that video out on the other channel. I'll probably link that below as well. So here's another example. I really love making these papers and I think they're just going to be the perfect what am I trying to say here, the beginning platform for the artwork. So I am really excited. Usually I put them in a journal, but a journal for me, I find it hard to have a journal as an art journal, so I want this to be a separate thing. And so I'm also just showing you here through a few different other papers and envelopes. I'm actually using some of these to create some powder blue journals for the shop, which hopefully will be up this week, we'll see. But so I wanted to use a little bit of whatever I have left of these in the art journal as well. So that was some wallpaper, some glitter wallpaper, and then all these damask papers that I really love. So anything that you have that you want to, put in as the base for the journal, you want to kind of gauge how many papers you have and how thick the spine is, depending on how many pages you can put in there. And the other thing is, so if you're kind of wondering where my inspiration is from the art journal, if you look up Pam Garrison or Dispatch from LA, I'll link them below as well. They make gorgeous art journals. I've been following them for years. They do such beautiful work, and it's just really relaxed and really happy and nice, and I think we can all use a bit of that at this point. So I am really, I'll link them below, and then you can kind of check that out. Dispatch from LA actually has some gorgeous online courses as well that you can follow her along and do different stitching techniques and things like that. I've always wanted to take one, but I just never have time. But if you do have time and you are interested, it's something that I think is really worth looking into. Her books are stunning. And then we also have, these are just some of my printables, and I'm gonna use some of these as well as pages to, start the artwork from. So, and I'm really excited about this project. I'm so glad that so many of you are also feeling excited about it. And I think it'll just be such a nice place where we can just create different try out some different mediums and things like that. So I think for my regular sketchbooks, they're mainly for watercolor, and they're mainly for learning about watercolor and kind of investigating techniques and things like that. But you really need a flat surface for watercolor. I don't mean when the papers crinkle a little bit, but for an art journal, I want to be able to have just paste things in, collage things, just create all kinds of different surfaces. And so it's going to be bumpy, and so the watercolor will drip and pull, and it's not really conducive to that style. So I guess my watercolor sketchbooks are one thing, and then this will be kind of being able to investigate like different mediums. And so again, I'm still showing you like through a few of the things from my shop, and I'm going to put some of these in the journal because I just like the aesthetic, and I think it'll be nice to start there and create artwork from there. And then I'm kind of also showing you here so that you know kind of what type of things you can gather and you can put in as well. Like I always like to add fabric, little bits of silk. You might have an old shirt. I really love this one. I got this for like $3 or $4 from an Abercrombie outlet. So it's a really soft brushed cotton. Yeah, you might have like anything like that. You might have like embroidery linen or a cross stitch you want to put in. Yeah, so just, you know, see what you have, see what's available, and things that you think would make a good canvas sort of for art, and just for exploring all kinds of different mediums. And so here I think I'm just showing you here as well this, so you can see here like I've done pencil on silk, and this is actually a funny journal. This is in a traveler's notebook, and I do have a whole flip through of this on my other channel, but this one is kind of the only one that I use as a hybrid journal and art journal, and I've really enjoyed it. So this is one that I just enjoy having. I don't really want to fill it up too quickly, but I have really enjoyed having this type of, like, I can pull it out and just try some art journaling techniques. I can journal in it if I want to, and this is what really made me realize that I am missing an art journal, you know, a dedicated art journal. So I think we're pretty much through the kind of list of what we're going to use as far as like to put together the art journal. And the other thing I wanted to just do in this video is do some swatches of the Nibs pens and inks watercolors. So I know that it's hard to try and figure out like the colors and which one might suit you better, so I thought I'd just put them all next to each other, at least sort of all the ones we have in our collection, and then you might be able to make a better, like a more informed decision on what you like, if you're interested. And I'm not sponsored in any way, I just really like her paints. I actually think that after we've made this art journal, I might give you a sneak peek of the palette that I'm putting together and some of the colours that I am collecting. So I think you will you'll like some of those things as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is just putting a drop of water on all of the colours just to give them a chance to fully re-wet and activate. So especially with handmade paints, but not necessarily, like even some of the Daniel Smith, the iridescents, and some of the genuines, it's nice to give them just a little chance to re-wet before you use them. And so the first one we are going to look at is Salacia. So this is, it's a little bit more red tint, so you'll see it when it's next to Dawn. Dawn is a little bit more of a true bronze type, and this one has a little bit more red, which I find really useful sometimes. I really like this one. And so I have swatched all these in the video of this palette, but I thought I'm going to pull some from a few different palettes and just put them all together here for you. So this one here is Dawn, This was one of the first ones I got and I really do like it still. So this next one is called Barbie, and this is actually one I got for my sister, and I will eventually voice over and upload her palette swatches as well. So this is the gold that I chose for her. So I have the Schmincke limited edition gold in this palette, so it's not actually available commercially, I think, regularly. I really wish they would bring it back out because it's a really nice one. And then this one here is the Chantel, I believe. So it's a holographic shimmer color. So the camera really isn't picking it up and doing it justice. It's got just a whole rainbow of sparkles in it. It's really pretty. So this next one is Sylvia, and this is a holographic silver. It's actually the reason that I found Jillian's shop, so it's a really pretty one. And again, like I keep trying to show you the holographic sparkles, but you just can't capture the brilliance of them on the camera. They're so pretty. So this one is actually probably my favorite. This is Katia, and it's a gorgeous sort of a warm grey shimmer, like a sparkle. It's a really, really pretty color. This next one is Chai. This one is probably just a darker version of the Katia. So I actually thought I would like Chai. You know, I sort of thought that Chai would be more like Katia anyway. I don't know, but I really, really like Katia. I do like Chai as well. I like them all, but it just depends on, you know, the values. You know, I like the kind of lighter values. So this next one is called Hecate, and this is also one from my sister's palette. So it's a black shimmer, and it is was for her galaxy sort of inspired palette. So it works really well for that. So this next one is another holographic one. This is a purple one. It's called Germaine. It's a really nice one as well, and I actually got one of these for my new palette too. I think that this one and Bluebell I've gotten a couple of times and they keep being absconded for other palettes, so I really like you know, they're really nice, and everyone sort of likes them. What am I trying to say? Like a very affable colour. So then this next one is Barley. This is a really pretty one too. It's a little bit hard to re-wet, but it's a really pretty colour. And then this one here is the Liliana, I think. And so it's like a lavender grey. Again, a really pretty colour. So this one is called Avondale, I think. I think it's like a play on Frozen. So it is a colour I sort of got as well. I think it matches in with the galaxy theme. And then the one I just did is Bluebell. So again, Bluebell's one of our favourites, and it's a really nice holographic one. So this one is one I got for my sister, and I actually haven't been able to snag one for myself yet, but it's a really gorgeous, it's called Saul, I think Saol. It's a really nice one. And then of course my favourite, neon pink azalea, really love it. And then we have the Moonbeam. So this is a fluorescent yellow, again for the Galaxy palette. And yeah, all of her paints are really gorgeous quality. They're really nice. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these swatches, and I will try and get out, I'll see if I can get out another video today. Otherwise I will probably see you on Monday. I think that's everything. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.